Hey guys, I'm Dennis. Welcome back to my channel, Guy with a Plant. In today's episode, we'll be looking at some plants which are really struggling. Yes, they are totally not happy with me at all. Being plant parents, we have experienced at one time or another that our green babies sometimes may not be doing that well or looking that great. Despite our best efforts to give them proper conditions and all the love that we can. But I guess that's part and parcel of keeping a living thing in our homes, as they're really dynamic and they're alive, so they respond really differently to different microclimates. Right, without further ado, let's look at some plants which are currently not looking that great. Alright, this is the first plant, and this is probably the worst looking one. I am not sure whether if you can tell what plant is this or even what genus this plant is, but it's definitely almost dead. But I'm not worried because it has come back from the dead before, several times in fact. This is actually a Caladium. This is Caladium Thai Beauty. Look at how dead and dried up the leaves are. In fact, this is the only leaf that is still alive, very green. But this is not how a nice Thai Beauty leaf should look like. So I'll put some photos here how beautiful the Thai Beauty can be. So I got this Caladium about 2 years back in the middle of 2021. And in December 2021, it actually died off totally. I think it probably had about 2 or 3 leaves and it started growing more. But I noticed that as the new leaf came out, the older one will start to turn yellow and die off. So there were about 3 or 4 leaves at any given time. And I must say it struggled a lot. It wasn't looking great. And towards the end of 2021, sometime in December, it totally died off. There's not a single leaf in sight. That was when I decided to dig out the bulb and give it a good wash, pat it really dry, then store it in a really dark place. And I thought I can bring it out 2 months later and repot it, and hopefully there'll be some new growth. Yeah, but it didn't happen until a whopping 4 months later that I've decided to bring it out and take a look, and boy, it smelled so bad. I thought it was a goner, but I gave it a good wash and then I repotted it and put it in some fresh potting medium, and 1 month later I actually saw some growth and I was totally thrilled because this was my first Caladium, and that happened several times over the course of its life. It kept dying back and then became a leafless stump, or rather a leafless bulb, but I continued to water it. This time I just left it in the pot and I watered it and it came back to life again, and now it's apparently going through this stage again whereby it's dying off. So what I'm going to do is to probably cut off all the leaves. I'm just going to keep it in this pot and continue to monitor it. I will water it sparingly. I'm going to make sure I do not overwater this because there are no more leaves and I do not want to rot the bulb. But I'm really confident. I'm going to give you guys an update once I see any new growth. This just came off. Alright, so I'm just going to leave the only green leaf that is still surviving. So let's see if there's anything that will grow out of this. Alright, the next plant I want to show you is Philodendron. This is the Philodendron Majestic, which is a hybrid between the Verrucosum and the Soderoy. Yeah, these 2 leaves are actually really big and nice, or rather they used to be really nice until this happened. I think this was due to a watering issue and that is totally my bad. This is one Philodendron hybrid that I really like a lot because of the way it looks, the silvery patterns on the leaves, as well as a very soft and pillowy texture of these heart-shaped leaves. It was really doing very well, and I believe it is a very easygoing philodendron. So what happened was I repotted this, gave it a moss pole, And I put the whole terracotta pot into a much bigger pot, a plastic pot, and then the whole pot got stuck. So, and as I was watering it, the water didn't drain out properly, and then the leaves started throwing feet, which I don't blame them because it's totally my fault. I've lost some of the bottom leaves, the smaller ones, unfortunately. But the pot was totally stuck and I really had to force it really badly. I think I broke that plastic container, but I finally freed it. So now it's getting proper drainage. So hopefully this will survive. I think the plant is still okay, but I may just lose these two leaves. Yeah, especially this one. This is almost gone. Yeah, and there was a new growth that was trying to come out, but it has now totally rotted off. But I can see there's a growing point here, so not all is lost. I'm just going to give it some time. So when these two leaves die off, I am probably going to remove it from the pot and check on the roots to see if they are still good. If not, I may just get some stem propagation. I believe it should be able to propagate well. This is truly a beautiful philodendron. So if this really can't survive, I am going to get a new one for sure. This one in this current condition definitely doesn't do any justice to this beautiful plant. Alright, the next one I'm going to show you is a ficus. This is Ficus Chivalryena. Yeah, I got this a while back, I think maybe 1 year ago, and it was small, but it was a beautiful specimen. These were really beautiful. They looked almost kind of minty in terms of the variegation. And yeah, since then it has not grown much. In fact, it has lost a lot of the leaves at the base of the stem. I know ficus are a little bit fussy in the sense that if you move it to a different location or if you bring it home with totally different environments, they are just going to throw a fit and they don't like it. And I don't think this was what happened. So what I did was I gave it really bright light, sometimes to the point of a direct sun, and it was quickly drying up. Yeah, up to the point that some of the leaves got burnt. And I think that there might be some spider mites issue, if you can see from this leaf. Yeah, this kind of very white, kind of faded look. But I don't see any at the moment. But because the condition was super dry under very hot light, so I think that was a little bit too extreme. Now I'm watering this more regularly. Make sure it doesn't get direct sun too much. I think it still appreciates a little bit of direct morning sun, like most ficus do. Not all is lost. There is a new leaf that came out, this one. And yeah, I can see there's a new one coming out here as well. So I'm just going to keep this. At one point, it was so bad, it looked so bad that I thought it's a goner and I wanted to throw it away, but I'm glad I didn't. So yeah, plants are resilient, just give it some time. Really like the look of this. Kind of reminds me of the Philodendron Majestic. Yeah, maybe I should just give you a report to something grittier. This is actually quite dense. So this is the Ficus Chivalryena. Yeah, got it right. And yeah, if you see a full plant of this, this is absolutely gorgeous. 2 years back, it will cost you quite a bit just to get a small specimen of this. It's even smaller than this. It will probably cost you like more than $100 over. Yeah, but now the prices are down. I got this for I think $18. Anyway, I'm going to keep this around and give it all the care that it deserves. Alright, so to the next plant. Alright, the next one is an unusual looking orchid. This is the Agroster Financestipulatum. Wait, let me check the name. Agroster Financestipulatum, yep. So this orchid kind of reminds me of some kind of fern. So I was showing you guys this orchid in one of my orchid haul videos. The leaves are really dainty, very small, but they keep browning. So now most of the stalks are almost leafless, like this. And it's looking really, really ugly. I believe it's one of the two things, either watering or light. So I water this really frequently because it's in this very loose potting medium of horticultural charcoal. So it needs to be watered every day. In fact, at one point I was giving it pretty bright light and I don't think it likes it. I'm still trying to experiment with the lighting conditions. Somewhere in the middle, of course not too dark as well. But things are not really improving. But there are some new growth here and they are doing okay, except that the older leaves are dropping off at an alarming rate. So at this point, I'm not even hoping for any blooms. The blooms, by the way, are really small. I'll put a photo here. I fertilize this. I give it a liquid fertilizer once a week. Yeah, I really like this because it's so interesting looking. The leaves are so delicate. I'm not sure whether should I cut off all these bare stalks. Maybe I should. If anyone has any experience with this, do put in the comments below. Yeah, I can't find much information on this, so I would really appreciate it. Yeah, so this is the orchid Agroster Financestipulatum. Alright, the next one is another philodendron. I don't know why I don't have luck with this philodendron. This, I think, should be my second one. This is the Philodendron Plowmaniae. I had another one that I totally struggled with. New leaves came out and then they aborted. They turned yellow, they turned brown. I don't know why. So this is the second one that I bought several months back. In fact, I think it's almost a year. And I think when I got it, I think it had 2 or 3 leaves. I can't remember. I'll put a photo up here. This leaf has been around for the longest time. Not doing anything but looking really, really bad. I believe again this is the work of spider mites. Look how hideous this is. And yeah, then it is browning at the edges. It has been looking like this for many months. It has not died off yet. And there are no new leaves. But I'm glad because I see that there is actually a growth point here. So let's see if this is going to be activated. There was a new leaf that was trying to come out but it quickly turned black. It's in this very gritty and loose potting medium. It doesn't like to dry out, so I got to make sure that I'm on top of watering this philodendron. So this Plowmaniae is a crawler, just like the Gloriosum and the Mame. They do not like to dry out because they are terrestrial philodendron, not those climbing type that are epiphytic. So once you get too dry, I think the spider mites will come and have a good time on the leaves as well as the stem. Especially so because there are ridges on the leaves, so I think that is where the spider mites like to hang out. I have no luck with the Plowmaniae. So if this dies, I am probably not going to get another one. I don't think it's worth the effort, at least not for me. I mean, it's a really beautiful one. I've seen those really big and round and dark Plowmaniae, and I think they are absolutely gorgeous. Let's see what's going to happen to this. I know at one point I'm going to cut off this leaf. I'm really hopeful about this. So this is the Philodendron Plowmaniae. Alright, and the last one, you may be familiar with this if you have watched my previous videos. I've made a series called Life of a Plant, and one of them is this Dieffenbachia. This is a Dieffenbachia Reflector. It's a very beautiful plant. It's this camouflage patterns on the leaves. This is not a good example at all. I will show you previous photos. And it has this really neon mid-rib that goes through the leaf. Really stunning. But as you can see, mine is not doing well. It was struggling. It has been struggling since the beginning of time. I think this is the 4th one that I have. I killed the first 3. I don't know why this is so difficult for me. And yeah, I try to not overwater this. I try not to underwater this. But yeah, it still struggles. The leaves will start to turn yellow on the edges and I know it's going to be trouble. What can I say? I love this plant. That's why I bought it 4 times. And yeah, this is not dead yet, but it's still definitely a struggling plant, even though it's always giving me a new leaf. So if you watch my previous video on this reflector, This was actually a leafless stump. I actually cut this off, and this whole thing actually grew out to a full plant, so that's really nice. And there's this new growth point here that remained really small for many months, and now I can see something is happening. So for this, I'm happy and I'm excited. I want to have a large pot of this because if you have seen photos on Instagram, it's really stunning. So to me, this is a really difficult Dieffenbachia. I know dumb canes are supposed to be easy, one of the easiest, but not so for this. I'm really disappointed with this, or rather I'm disappointed with myself not able to keep this beautiful Dieffenbachia Reflector. Right, so these are my sad looking plants. I will continue to show them some care. I'll definitely keep you guys updated on the situation of these plants, maybe in another 2 to 3 months time. My channel to follow their progress, and if you like contents like this, I hope you can also on the notification bell to be notified of any new videos, and I will see you again in my next episode. Meanwhile, take care and remember to show your plants some love. These few babies definitely need all the love they can get. Alright, I'll see you again. Bye.